You have a quiet strength. Not the loud kind, not the kind that needs to be displayed, not the kind that flexes for an audience, the quiet kind, the kind that holds without announcing, the kind that shows up in how you move through the day, not in what you say about yourself. The world tends to celebrate the loud version of strength, the dominant voice, the forceful presence, the person who takes up the most space in the room. That kind of strength is real, but it is not the only kind, and it is not the most enduring kind. The quiet version is harder to see, but it lasts longer. It does not require constant maintenance. It does not depend on having an audience. You carry the quiet kind. You may not have always recognized it. You may have spent years comparing yourself to people whose strength was more visible and concluding that you were less strong because you were less loud. That conclusion was wrong. Quiet strength is still strength. It is simply expressed differently. Your strength is in how you handle hard things. You have handled hard things. Some of them were predictable. Many of them were not. You met what came. You did what was needed. You kept going. You did not collapse, even when collapse seemed reasonable. You did not give up, even when giving up was tempting. The fact that you are here now, listening to this, is evidence of strength that did its work, often without anyone noticing. This kind of strength does not advertise itself. It does not post about its accomplishments. It does not tell the story of what it overcame. It simply moves through difficulty and keeps moving on the other side into the next day. Most of your real strength has been deployed quietly. Most of it has gone unwitnessed. The lack of witnesses does not diminish it. The strength was real either way. Your strength is in the things you choose not to do. Sometimes strength looks like restraint. The hard word you did not say, the reaction you did not perform, the fight you did not take, the text you did not send, the argument you did not pursue, the grudge you did not nurse. These are forms of strength, and they are mostly invisible. The world rewards visible action. Restraint is not visible. The decision not to react does not get applause. The mature handling of a provocation does not trend, but the strength is there, in the choosing, in the discipline of not doing the thing the impulse wanted to do. You have practiced this. You have grown in it. You are someone who can hold back a reaction long enough to choose the right response. Your strength is in your patience. Patience is one of the quietest forms of strength. It does not look like much from the outside. The person waiting calmly does not seem to be doing anything impressive, but the patience is doing real work. It is holding tension without acting on it. It is allowing a process to unfold at its own pace. It is refusing to force what cannot be forced. You have been patient with situations that took longer than you wanted, with people who were slower to understand than you wished, with your own growth, which has unfolded at its own rhythm, with outcomes that required years to materialize. The patience itself is strength, even though it does not feel like strength while you are in it. It feels like waiting. The waiting is the work. Your strength is in your steadiness. Through chapters of life that ask many different things of you, the underlying you has remained recognizable. You have not become a different person under pressure. You have not abandoned your values when convenience suggested it. You have held your shape through circumstances that would have warped someone with less internal structure. This steadiness is its own kind of accomplishment. Many people lose themselves in the demands of life. Many people become what their environment requires, regardless of what is true to them. You have stayed yourself. The you of today is recognizable to the you of years ago with adjustments and growth, but with the same core intact. That continuity is strength. Your strength is in your willingness to be soft. This may sound like a contradiction. It is not. Real strength can afford softness. The person who never softens is usually defending against something. The person who can soften, who can let their guard down, who can be moved, who can cry, who can show vulnerability is operating from a deeper security. The softening does not threaten the strength. The strength is what makes the softening safe. You can be soft with the people you love. You can be soft with yourself in your own hard moments. You can be soft when life asks for tenderness rather than force. The capacity to choose softness when softness is right is a sign of strength, not the absence of it. You are someone who knows when to be soft, and that knowing is its own quiet power. Your strength is in your willingness to be wrong. The willingness to admit error is rare. Most people protect their image of themselves at significant cost. They argue when they should listen. They double down when they should reconsider. They reframe their mistakes into someone else's fault. You can do something different. You can simply say, when it is true, I was wrong about that. I see it now. I am changing my view. This takes more strength than the alternative. It means tolerating the temporary discomfort of having been mistaken. It means letting go of the position you defended. It means showing other people that you are not invested in being right at all costs. The capacity to be wrong out loud is one of the deepest forms of internal security. You can practice this. You are practicing it. Your strength is in your boundaries. You can say no to things that do not fit. You can decline invitations, opportunities, requests that would cost you more than they would give. You can disappoint people whose expectations of you are not aligned with what you can actually offer. You can refuse to be conscripted into other people's emergencies that are not actually yours. Each of these is strength. Each requires holding a position against social pressure. Each requires tolerating the brief discomfort of someone being unhappy with you. The people who cannot do this are not free. The people who can are operating with real internal authority. You have this authority. You can use it. Your strength is in your willingness to ask for help. This is another one that does not look like strength from the outside. The cultural story is that strong people do not need help. The cultural story is wrong. Strong people know when they have reached the edge of what they can carry alone, and they reach for support without shame. You can ask for help. You can call the friend. You can hire the professional. You can admit you do not know how to handle something. The asking does not make you weak. It makes you accurate about your own capacity. Pretending you do not need help when you do is not strength. It is denial. The actual strength is in the realistic assessment, followed by the real reach. Your strength is in your endurance. Some of what you have to do takes a long time. Some of it requires you to keep showing up for years before any results are visible. Some of it asks you to maintain effort through stretches when you cannot see whether the effort is working. This kind of endurance is one of the most important forms of strength. You have endured through the long stretches of unrewarded work, through the chapters when nothing seemed to be moving, through the periods when you wondered if you were on the right path. You kept showing up. The showing up itself is the accomplishment, regardless of whether the world has yet recognized what you were building. Endurance is strength stretched across time. Your strength is in your refusal to harden. After everything you have been through, you could have hardened. You could have decided that softness was foolish, that openness was risky, that hope was for people who had not seen what you had seen. You did not harden completely. Some part of you stayed open. Some part of you kept caring. Some part of you remained capable of being moved. This is one of the most underappreciated forms of strength. The refusal to let life turn you into someone who cannot feel anymore. The choice, again and again, to remain available to your own life and to the people in it. Many people lose this. You have kept it. The keeping is hard work. The keeping is strength. Your strength does not need an audience. You do not have to perform your strength for anyone. You do not have to prove it. You do not have to display it in ways that earn external recognition. The strength is operative whether or not anyone notices. It is doing its work in your daily life, in the small decisions, in the quiet moments, in the times when no one is watching. This is what makes the quiet strength so durable. It does not depend on applause to keep going. It does not deflate when no one acknowledges it. It just continues, the same as it always has, doing the same quiet work day after day, regardless of whether anyone says thank you. You can recognize your strength without announcing it. The recognition is internal. You can know what you have carried. You can know what you have done. You can know what you have endured. You can hold this knowledge quietly, with a small private satisfaction, without needing to share it for validation. The internal recognition is what makes the strength sustainable. The people whose strength depends on external recognition exhaust themselves seeking it. The people who recognize their own strength privately can rest in that knowing and continue the work without depletion. You are practicing this. You are learning to know what you carry. You are someone with quiet strength. That is who you are now. That has been true for longer than you sometimes remember. The strength does not need to be louder. It does not need to be more visible. It is doing its work as it is. The recognition is the practice. The strength was already there. You are strong. You are quiet about it. The combination is its own kind of power. You always were. You are. You will continue to be.